Welcome to the stream, guys. I'm gonna start in a few minutes. Welcome to the stream, guys. Basta na kayo? How are you guys? We're live. Sorry, I was late. My laptop restarted. Took me so long. Took me, 20 minutes to restart my laptop. Bugger. How are you guys? How's your weekend? Don't forget to bookmark our event on Tuesday next week. 9:30 p.m. Philippine time. Philippine and Singapore time. Yeah, today we're gonna look at Astro. They say it's really cool. Astro. New UI. Is it a framework? It's like a, how do you call it? Abstraction on top of all these UI technologies. We can go through the release notes later. They have a documentation that is pretty interesting. You can see the, what is it all about like that. Just post a message in LinkedIn. How are you guys? You can comment while we're waiting for other viewers to join in. We have a Facebook. Do I have the Facebook there below? I can drop the Facebook. It's the same thing. Don't read the codes. Should fix my hashtagging. Here's my thing. Don't read the codes. Paano kaya i-automate tong ano? Posting mo pag nagla-live? Should we code something to post in all the channels? So today we're gonna take a look at Astro. Ano ba yung Astro na yun? Astro. Data. This guy, guys. Ito. I think it's the next big thing, man. It has 15,000 stars in GitHub. And it's very active. Front-end devs, feel free to pitch in, guys. You can join my Discord also. You know, mostly Tagalog speaking, but you know, can join in, and you know, if you're speaking English, it's okay also. You can have an English speaking channel there. What do you think of Astro, guys? Let's see what people think about Astro. Astro JS. Is it Astro JS? Oh, Astro. Reddit. Nothing in Reddit. Oh, here. This is an old thread. Let's try to search. Ito na daw yung ano, yung community. Is it good now? I hope I can zoom out my camera. Masyado malapit. Yan natin. Can you not see? Oh, 7 days ago. So ito, no, there's a new trend here. No comments. Okay. Okay lang. Change mo. Well, someone created a project. Wow, should we migrate our blog to Astro, man? I move out from Gatsby. Maybe we can join the Discord server. No comments, huh? Show of Saturday. Ito pala yun. No comments, guys, no? I thought it's popular, man. This one. 4 comments. So it's not, there's no thread in Reddit discussing it. One comment. Let's see, no? Go to this. What do we call this? Subreddit. All of Reddit. Oh, donut. Don't care, man. Let's see if there's a trending. Astro build. Okay, Astro build. Astro build. Wala, no? Ito lang eh, no? There's not even one comment. A look at building with Astro. Ito yata. Hindi daw to JavaScript, no? Google, no? Astro. Kaya pala sa Reddit to, no? Ano ba mas masikat? Ito yata eh. So followers, man. 12,000. Ito. Yes, but hindi ko masyadong no? Hype no? Ito yung mga hype na yun. Hype natin. Tignan na lang natin yung Astro, guys, kung ano yung sinasabi niya. Launch post, yeah. So 16 months, it's able to garner like 13,000 stars. We actually checked earlier, no? Hindi lang 13,000 ngayon. 15,000 na, no? From the blog post, no? That's 4 days, no? 4 days lang. So, naka 2,000 na siya since August 9, no? Start. So, it's being used by car-based Trivago. I think, ano to, travel site ng Trivago. The Guardian in IKEA. No? Includes features, image optimization. Ano difference nito sa ano yung let's check mo. Which sabihin. The integration provides image and picture components as well as a basic image transformer powered by Sharp. So, ano ba yung Sharp? Oh. So ano na siya, no? Parang built-in. No? Let's make the screen. Parang built-in na sa kanya yung ano. Itong Sharp, no? High-speed Node.js module to convert large images in common formats to smaller web rendering. Wow. I think I'm gonna suggest this to our web team. Problem din namin to. So, hindi na to beta. Release na talaga to, right? 1.0 na eh, no? So, release na to. Okay, anyway, so it's using Sharp, no? Ito. Note down ko nga itong Sharp, no? Pero i-suggest ko ito sa office. May notepad na. Kahit hindi kami Astro, no? Pwede namin gamitin. So, kailangan ba parang meron kang Node.js app na nagko-convert? Parang ganun ba? So, anyway, we go back to Astro. So, sinasabi niya built-in na yung optimization. No? Very important to when loading yung websites. Oh, Gatsby also uses Sharp. That's cool. MDX support. So, this means, I think MDX support is, you have Markdown, right? Then you mix components, right? Sa ano niya. Ito yung ginamit mo, Ivan, di ba? Sa ano? Ito yung ginamit mo dun sa blog mo. MDX. Gusto ko yung docs nila, hindi masyadong makwento. Alam mo yun? The docs are very straightforward. They don't really like talk. They don't talk so much, no? It's like very simple. So, yeah. The next is SSR. So, server-side rendering. Oh, stable na siya, no? Pwede na siyang pang production. And Byte. This one I heard from RJ and Ivan. Byte. This is a build engine. Ano ba ibig sabihin nito? Ano ba to? Parang yung ano makalaban nito? Create React app. Tama ba? Yan ba yung kalaban niya? Okay, to learn more about Astro, visit our new website, astro.build. So, ito na yun, no? So, let's check out the features first, no? I think nabasa ko yung kanina. Madami yun, no? Features. So, yan. To. So, they consider themselves as really a web framework, no? All-in-one, no? Hindi pwede i-hide to, no? Component islands. Ano ba to? Ito ba yung yung micro frontends? Is this micro frontends? Is that what they call micro frontends? Is it? I think my title is wrong. Astro is out, not beta. No? Astro 1.0. Right? Mali naman yung title ko. Yan. Nagpapalit ba yung title sa Twitch? Baka mabash tayo nito, mali yung info natin. Yan, okay. Okay to StreamYard, no? Pinalitan ko dito na papalitin sa server first API design. So meaning, the hydration is in the server side. Tama ba? It's not in the browser or the client, no? Yeah, so 0JS. No JavaScript runtime overhead to slow you down. Edge ready. So it means that, location-wise, right? So you can serve your stuff, your website from edge locations by Cloudflare, right? So they can serve your site near you like that. Is that what edge means? Then Tailwind. So you can use different what do you call Tailwind? Theming, is it? Can use different theming. Can use different theming frameworks. Try Astro in your browser. Wow, exciting. We can do it in our browser. Let's see. Quick start. So this is the visual code in the browser, no? So this is the README. Let's try to read first. So this is the, I think they spin up of a Docker container, right? Then they can run the Astro server. So Astro looks for .astro or .md files. Give myself a hold on. I think this is the one. So Astro looks for us.astro or .md files in the source pages here. Dito sa folder na to, right? Each page is exposed as a route based on its file name. So meaning, so if your file name is like my page, right? So yun yung parang isa-serve niya. Tama ba? There's nothing special about source components, but that's where we like to put any Astro React view. Oh. So you're gonna put your different pages here. Not pages, your different components. I think ang promise ni Astro is to be able to use any technology you want, right? Like React, Vue, Svelte, or Preact. Then any static assets like images can be placed in the public directory. So may public dito. So for example, if you have a picture, for example, you put it in the public directory. All commands are run from the root of the project from a terminal. Okay. So they still use npm, right? So maybe it's a choice from the one who created to use npm instead of the new one, Yarn. No? Pero I think Yarn is compatible to npm also, right? Kasi it also uses the npm packages, right? So let's try to change something in this. So welcome to Astro 1.0. Siyempre mag-auto build to, di ba? How do I save? Wow, parang it's better to run it locally, no? Kasi, yeah. So ito, no? Should we try to install it now? So anyway, we go through the things, no? So this is a component, no, called card. So how did he use here, no? So ito, no, meron siyang card dito. This one is actually this component, right? So you design your component. Wow. Very nice, huh? Can you feel it? So if you have a new component, right? So you just create the component here, then drop it into the components folder. Then you use it in your page, right? So if you want to, for example, add another card, no? Or maybe we add these cards, right? Wow, solid to, guys. No? Solid, no? What do you think, guys? So cool, huh? It's very straightforward. And you look at the, if you look at the syntax, right? It's very simple, right? See, if you add a card, it's like web components ba yun? Parang it's easy to add, right? Like you have a custom component like this, right? So what you will do, for example, you have another widget, for example, right? Let's say a grid, no? Or maybe a button with special functionality, right? You just create a component here. Then the behavior of the button, you will actually should be able to configure in this component file, right? It's very cool. No? Layouts. So the layout, so this defines this page, is it? Maybe I should shift my blog to Astro. What do you guys think? Let's skip Next.js. So I think the power of this Astro, right, is you can actually create different components, no, UI components that are agnostic, no. You're not tied up to, like, for example, right, you run a Next.js, right? Although I think Vue.js, or I think there's also some like, I think Vue.js also supports like other, can put a React component or something, right? That's what I heard. So, but this one takes it's basically, right, the base is not even Vue.js, right? It's like it's different, like it's like another layer on top of it, right? Then you can use any component. I think this is very good, right? Then you try to just hook this up into a, I don't know, maybe a Golang backend, right? Then you create a stack on top of, this is your tech stack basically, right? Or maybe you just use Node.js itself, right? Anyway, the APIs are like just a source of data, right? So it doesn't really matter actually. So it also supports TypeScript, I think, right? So it's just HTML, guys. There's a certain syntax they mentioned, right? So you need to import like also this one you will appreciate actually, right? If you're using React, because React doesn't really have like a straightforward, they have this JSX, right? That it's not very straightforward to, this one maybe is more similar to Vue.js, is it? So what you do, right, in this one, if you need the card component, for example, right, you just import it here, right? Maybe we try to create a new component, new card. Is it? Can we copy this? How do we duplicate? This is online, guys. So I'm editing online. I just click the run example. Let's just create a new file. I don't think we can duplicate new file. Let's say new card. I guess you have to name it .astro, right? Then we just probably copy this, right? Then I don't know. We make it different. What? So this is the card. So our new card will have the, let's say we add another, like a description here or something. I don't know. Subtitle. H3 is smaller, right? Maybe H4, smaller one. This is new card. So how do we say it's name new card? So I guess the name will just, if you name it like that, it will already be like a component that you can import. Is it like that? It's just using this name. What? Oh wow, there's an error, man. Is it that not oh wait, import new card. Maybe it's a conflict of the name, right? There. But then we use the new card here, right? New card, new card. Wait, it's their error. Subtitle is not defined. Oh, so it means that we need to populate a subtitle here, right? Is that what it means? Astro that files subtitle. Wait, oh, is it here? Need to put a subtitle here, is it? Right, like this. H4. Subtitle is not defined. Props. So here you add subtitle also, is it? There. This is our new card one, eh? The new one here. Why is it double, man? Maybe. Wait, let's see. This one is the subtitle. This is the subtitle. Right. Maybe we get rid of this one, this arrow, right? This is the arrow, I think, right? There. Then maybe we italicize what? How do you italicize? Is it PM like that? Right. Wow, it's so straightforward. I think I like it, man. Line 9 as well. Yeah. Cool, ah. So easy, ah. I'm not even a front-end dev, guys. Wow, I like it. Ang dali lang, no? It's so easy. I didn't even read the docs. I just kind of like, felt right how it works, right? But wow. What happened? Ang galing, no? Can I make this bigger? What do you think, guys? Is it nice? Ayos, ah. Very nice, ah. Ang galing, no? Wow. Really cool, man. Ang dali lang, no? Tapos I saw a documentation earlier. Let's try to call a API, no? Saan ba yung sinend ko kanina? Where's my... Did I lose the thing? May sinend ako kanina sa group na. Let me look for it, ha? Oh, I think it's in the documentation. Okay. Data fetching. Ito, guys, ito malupit. This is the cool thing, So, we want to get data from some API, right? Meron ako nakitang example. I think it's in their Oh, here. API. So let's try this API. Ito malupit, no, guys. Oh, wait. Not here, no. Is it here? Do we do it here? Oh, yeah, pwede, no? Tapos, we get the... Let's just probably put a control. Even the audio control you see, guys, it's very easy to add, no? To audio control. HTML ba to? Standard? Is this a standard? If you want to play an audio or something. Looks like a standard. It's not even a custom control, I think. Let's see, So let's try to put here in our example. Let's put an audio component here. Will that work? There, guys. Oh, do you see it? But it's not playable. I don't know why. Maybe this is not returning anything. So what this guy is doing, right? There's an API, right? That not this one, right? There's an API to so yeah, let's just open this in a JSON editor. So the API looks like this. So what we're taking is this guy, right? So this one is an audio file, right? Okay, that works, right? Why is it not working in our app? It's not able to click what? So I guess, right, this guy can also be in the card, no? Is it or not? Oh, maybe it should be here in the page itself, right? Because that's where you get the data, right? Wow, it's so cool, man. I think for new projects, this is the way to go. I mean, if you're not a React expert or Vue expert, right? This is pretty straightforward for someone who just knows HTML, right? You don't need... I saw Svelte. It's kind of like Vue.js, but I think it's really different because this one is like another layer, so you can still use Svelte for your stuff, right? Your components. So I wonder if this is the custom component of the Astro itself, right? Because it said it can support React or Vue, right? But I think this one, is this Vue.js or what? I don't know, right? Or this is like the Astro, native component, like for example, right? Okay. Anyway, that's how you add a audio, right? I don't know why is it not working. Let's try to see if this guy is it printing it out or something. Can I do this inside? Did they do it like that? Ganito lang ginawa niya, no? It's not loading. try to put it outside. Ayaw mag-play, no? This one doesn't work actually. What do you think, guys? Galing, no? It's nice. Nice. Shall we try to run it locally? Is it straightforward to run locally? Let's see. So let's try to run our thing locally. So let's open up code, right? Let me move my terminal here. All right. So installation, Node.js. Node-B. So we're good, right? 16.15, right? Am I using what's this? Let me make my terminal bigger for you guys. Yan. Kalang lumalaki din yung window. Kailangan maybe make it bigger for you guys. Let's create a new one. Stream. We changed the font to a bigger one, right? Let's say 36, is it? Maybe 18. So let's new terminal. Stream. Wow, maliit pa rin, no? Let's remove this. I want the black one. Let's do this Pro. Duplicate natin to. Duplicate profile. Stream. Tapos we make the font larger, no? $36. Good enough? Sige. Wow. Sobrang laki ah. Pero pwede na, no? Good enough, ah. Kita nyo naman. Sobrang laki yata. Is it so... You can open DevTools, I think, in stock please to check the response. Seems like data is not returning anything. Oh. Yeah, let's check that first. Here, right? Do I check here? Hey, Ivan, I think you cannot check. This is server-side rendered also, right? Remember? The Next.js we're not able to check, right? Because it's server-side rendered. Right? Remember the Next.js we're not... remix, right? Cannot check. Anyway, let's check that later when we run it locally. Maybe we can actually debug it locally. It's hard to debug in this online tool. So guys, you can actually... This one is just... I run the Astro from the... They have a demo, right? So you just run it in the browser. This is a VS Code running in the browser. So, yeah. So far, so good, no? I like it. It's so straightforward to use, right? So what we'll do now is try to run the thing, right? Locally, right? So I created our terminal here. Maybe let's not use the terminal. Let's use VS Code, no? Let's open up VS Code, right? Let's say CD documents. Right there. Right there, Astro. Demo. So let's do our terminal here, no? Meron naman din terminal to. So yeah, there's no code yet, right? So just want to use this terminal so it's better. Yan. I think this size is good enough, right? If you're on Twitch, right, you can actually zoom in the. If you're in mobile, you can zoom in the view. You can actually zoom into the some part of the screen, right? That's nice thing about Twitch. You cannot do that in Facebook actually, right? So let's try to go through the steps, right? Maybe I can hide this guy, right? I was able to hide this last time. Oh, there. Okay. All right. So let's go through this guy. Let me half the thing. I wish I had the 4K monitor. 4K monitor. So the desktop is bigger. Any sponsor, guys? All right. Create Astro. All right. So first step is to do an npm create, right? So it will ask you to install this package, right? Create Astro latest. So let's say yes, guys. This one is similar to the Create React app, is it? Where would you like to create a new project? Let's just create it here, right? So my Astro site. Let's just do the default ones, right? What do you want, guys? Blog? Portfolio? What does that mean, a portfolio? Or documentation site? Iba nung galing, no? Data is not an object, it's an array. Instead of data audio, you can do data. Oh, okay. Okay, let's probably like take a look at that first, right? So yeah, okay. So 0 like this, is it? Oh, cool, huh? So the documentation is not correct, man. Should we send a PR to them? We can send a PR to them. Hey, guys, your example is not correct. Right. Anyone from Astro here, you need to change this to this one is an array. Yeah, it says it's array. I learned that from you. Okay. Let's go back to the example. Sorry, guys. We just had a problem earlier that we're not able to run, play this this guy, right? This component here. This is a MPEG MP3 file. So it loads it from the API, then we added it in the UI here like this. Cool. Let's go back to the installation, right? So we solved that problem. That's good. Thanks, Coding Orange. You follow his YouTube, guys. And his Twitch. Are you gonna restream with me? Okay. npm create. Maybe I want to do the blog, is it? Let's do the blog, okay? So we can try to migrate our blog already here. So let's choose blog there. I like this animations. Would you like to install npm dependencies? Of course, right? Of course. You can ask questions, guys. It's also, I'm new to Astro, so maybe we can figure out together if you want to learn Astro, right? I'm also learning that thing. It's also new, right? So 1.0 was released August 9. So we're trying to just figure out how it works, right? So it's still installing npm, the modules, right? The dependencies. So it takes a bit of time, right, for node modules to install. It's like dependency hell or something. So would you like to initialize a new Git repository? All right, why not? Mm, let's just not try to use TypeScript because I don't know how. I don't know TypeScript. Yeah, use arrow keys. Or let's just say relaxed. Or maybe I just don't want to use. I don't know TypeScript, guys. Eh. You need to guide me. Okay, let's just use JavaScript. Right. I think that's just linting, right? It set up the linting, right? Okay, so now we can run cd my Astro site. So let's make this bigger now, right? Oh wait, I think we need the browser for the viewing. So I'll put this now to the left and put this to the right, right. Right. All right. So let me clear this, guys. Oh, sheesh. Forgot what I need to do. I think it's still here, right? Yeah. Sorry. npm j. Oh, sheesh. We lost it. Anyway, it's still here probably. cd dot my Astro site. So maybe it's just npm run, right? Run dev, right? npm run dev. So now it's running now, right? So we access our Astro site here in the browser. All right. So this is now so let's take a look at the code that it produced, right? So we have your source components. Let's make this smaller. Let's check out the code, man. So you have several components, like, so this is it doesn't support Astro, wait. Let's install the plugin. So we can actually see it better. So install na, so we can see the code. All right, so we now see the highlighting, right? So of course you have your pages, right? So this is the index, right? Then it loads your. So we need to find the actual pages, right? Here, the posts. I don't know. We should actually see it somewhere, right? The pages. Where you put your blog post, right? Let's take a look at the page. My screen is so small, eh? So I think we need a 4K monitor, right? So example blog. Maybe let's just search this content. We can find it probably in the project. Right here. Okay. Oh, so it's here. Oh, okay. So this is the. So this is the. So it's actually in. Where do you find this one? This is the actual markdown, right? Of the blog post here. But this one I think is just listing all the titles, right? So when you click on this, right, it's gonna show this is the actual blog post, right? Wow, I like the syntax highlighting, no? Maybe I will move my blog to this. And it's very straightforward to edit, see? So if you want to change this author, right? Where do you even see that, man? Oh, this is the preview. Ah, ito yun. This is the preview of the blog post. Hi, Slaya Sloth. Welcome to the stream. Where are you from, bro? Wow. Congratulations. It's a good choice, computer science. Oh, US. Are you Filipino or what? Are you American? Welcome to the stream, bro. I just thought of streaming this Astro new framework, right? It's not really very, you don't really have to be an advanced developer to understand. But you most probably need to learn a bit of Node.js. Not Node.js, HTML and NPM, for example. Oh, you're learning Java. I was a Java developer for a long time. Oh, Java is good. It's very popular also in the big companies. I used to work in Standard Chartered, so we use Java also. Because I think that's still the more mature languages that the companies are, their appetite to use. Because of course, right, there's several factors if you're choosing a technology. So how do you find Java? Any other languages you are learning now? You should try this JavaScript also, Should try everything. You can follow the stream, bro. I'm gonna stream several, like a variety of technologies. We can do Java also sometime. Oh yeah, that's good, Java. You should try out this. Let's segue a bit. Let's just try to. This is a nice Slaya Sloth. How do I pronounce? Yeah, Slaya Sloth. You check out this framework, this Spring Boot, right? This is a Java framework, which will make your life easier if you're creating like an application. I'm gonna drop the link to the chat so you can actually check it out. There's a lot of things you can do with Spring Boot actually. So see, Spring makes Java simple. So you check this out. So if you wanna create like reactive services or microservices, even web apps, right? Serverless, event-driven, and batch jobs, right? So Spring Boot will support it. Yeah. Okay. So going back to our blog, right? So this is the actual. I think this is the page, right? This is this page. I think this is the component up to this read more here, right? This one, right? This is the component that displays this part of the page. So in the index, I think you should actually see that blog post preview component here somewhere in the index. Here. So if you take a look at this code, blog post, this is the guy, right? So if you remove this guy, you're not gonna see this content anymore. These two text. See? So it's gonna be removed from the page. So this is the guy that is actually rendering the, the preview. So if you want to, for example, change the, let's say, if you want, you change the, so this is a component, right? So you think about this page as the main page, then you have several components inside of that page, right? So that's how the UI works, right? So if you want, for example, to I don't know, change how the blog post preview looks, right? Let's say instead of read more, let's say we say I want to, you know, view more, for example, right? So it's gonna change the component. So you don't need to actually just, because this one is repeating, right? There's it's actually taking the post from the markdown files here, right here in this code. Then it just sorts the thing, and from here, right, it's just going through a loop and showing the different pages, the preview here, right? So that's how it works. Wow, it's very simple to understand the syntax. Is it possible to make a simple calculator in Java? Yeah, it is possible. I think you can check out some, I don't know. There should be examples in the web. You just Google it, right? Making a calculator actually is not a simple one, right? Maybe just adding or subtracting, the easy one. But if you want to support different functions like, like square root, like exponential, computations, right? It's a bit tricky. Also the UI, right? Maybe we can Java calculator in Java. Anything is possible, bro. Java. Wait. Let me tell you, right? So because Java, right, they already stopped doing their Java swing component, right? So you might probably need to find some front end, right? This one is not supported anymore, I think. So before you can actually create a desktop application using Java, but now I don't think you can do anymore because there's no more not Spring, Swing support like this. So if you want to create like a UI, for example, right? So this doesn't, like buttons like this, like that. Yeah. Just Google, bro. I think I'm sure you have like some examples. But if you want to just do a command line application, I think that's possible. Completely possible in Java. So yeah. So it's it's very straightforward, right? So if you want to design, this one is probably a title or something, right? Maybe it's somewhere here. Base head, right? If you want to look for this, right, in which component, you just search through the project, I think. This is probably just defined somewhere, right? That's how you look for stuff, right, in your code. So for sure, this is just some string that is actually set here. So we were able to run a Astro application, right? Very straightforward, guys. And I don't even know a lot of React or Vue.js, right? I just know I just am familiar with like the HTML syntax. No? I know a bit of React, but I'm not an expert on it. So this one also is interesting component, right? Astro.glub, right? Probably this one, I don't know. Glub is what? I think LOB is a large object. I don't know what this means, right? So it loads the markdown, right? So I'm sure you can also configure a CMS, right? To pull the blog post. I think I'm gonna migrate it. I migrate my blog to this Astro, and probably be uh, the, one of the first guys to implement it in their blogs. But I need a designer to design the thing because this one looks very basic. My blog is actually I use Gatsby, right, to do my blog. Yeah, so but it has some components like this. I have my picture, then I have some my social media links, right? But the rest are already supported by this. So you can visit my blog and click the links, guys. I drop it in the comments. All right. I think that's it, right? Do you need anything else to check out with Astro? I think it's a good experience overall, right? We've been checking this out for I think around almost around an hour, but we were able to do like already like bootstrap a blog application using Astro, right? There's not even like a lot of friction in terms of using it, right? I think the experience is very nice. Compared to React, I think this is very easy compared to React. React, you have to understand like JSX, how is it? How do you code JSX, right? But the nice thing about this Astro, right, is you can even use React, Vue.js, or Svelte, or React, right, with it. You can also mix all these technologies. You're not tied up to one. So, for example, you have a website, right, or you have a web app. If you want to use a mix of technologies, I think it's good. Hi, good morning, Yupla Dev. How are you? I hope you guys follow my stream. This is just the initial. I just need to find time to stream more often. You can follow me so when I go live, right, you can be notified, right? I'm good, Yupla Dev. Where are you from, Yupla Dev? Yeah. I'm gonna post this stream in YouTube. I most probably won't cut it out, so you can see the entire stream. You can just forward or rewind it. Oh, Belgium! Wow, we've reached Belgium. How are you? I haven't. I've been to Belgium once. When we had a tour last 2017, if I'm not mistaken, we went to the. I can't remember the place. There's a plaza wherein there's like a. It's an open plaza. Then there's this popular statue that we went to. It was just part of the tour, a Europe tour. Yeah. Are you Belgian? You Pladev? How are you? Are you a developer also? Yeah. Yeah. Let's try to do some more stuff, right? Let's see. Uh, Maybe we run the other example. Oh, developer. Cool. Did you find me in Twitch? Yeah. Make sure you follow my stream, guys. Oh, Astro is a web framework. Let's go back to the. So right, so let's just go through this. We're done with the example actually, right? So let's go through this for the benefit of those who just joined, right? So let's just go to their website first, right? So their promise, right, is to actually let you create websites faster, right? Faster, even faster than React or Vue.js. Let me move my camera so you can see the entire screen. There. So it's a web framework, basically, right? It's a web framework that you can use to build web applications, right? So their promise is, right, is to, let's go to this documentation. So it's all in one web framework. So it's a new architecture wherein I think it's kind of like it's like micro front ends, I think. They have like several, they call it component islands, right? So it means that you can create several components using different technologies like React or Vue.js. You can create one website. If you use React, for example, you can actually, if you, uh, like what I said earlier, right? If I think React also or Vue.js already supports, right? You can use, both technologies in their framework, but it's not really designed for that, right? So it's kind of like, just supported because, uh, just supported because people are asking for it, right? Can I mix Vue.js with React like that? Oh yeah, cool. So you found me in Twitch. That's cool. Discovery is really nice. Yeah. Then so this is, the others are very, a bit technical. Oh, this one is like, they say that, rather than like compared to React, right? Where the runtime is actually being uh, processed in the browser, the client, right? Your user's machine, right? For example, you access a website, right? If it's a React app, right, your Chrome browser will actually run the React app. But here it's different, right? It's server side rendering. So meaning when it reaches your 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 user's browser, right? It's already HTML. Then it's customizable also, like theming, right? Can use Tailwind CSS. So yeah, I think this is this is what they will be popular for. Yeah. It's very interesting, right? Because for example, right, you're browsing a website. Your machine can actually slow down because the website is loading a lot of things, right? So the idea of, you know uh letting the client, right, process the thing, I think it's also not good if the user, right, the one who is accessing your website doesn't really have a good machine, right, or a good laptop, right? So the experience, right, is different. So your website is better accessed if you have a high-end user, right? But if it's a low-end user, then the experience is not good. But if it's server-side rendered, right, then the experience will be consistent, more or less, right? Consistent to everyone, right? So we actually run through maybe a Upladev. You can go through the replay later. I went through this quick start, right, which is actually here. So you can run Astro without installing anything, right? So if you're like, you want to try it out first, you can actually just use this, just edit some stuff, some components. Yeah. I was hearing about another new framework that was trying to solve this issue. Look it up real quick. Yeah, I think it's the closest to I don't see any similar technology actually. Do you know any similar technology that actually does the same thing? Because this was really like uh, I'm not sure. I cannot call it hype rate because this hype is they put a lot of marketing in it, right? But this is more like the developers believe in it, right? Even Vercel, right? Even Vercel, right? The what did they create? They created Next.js, is it? They actually support this project. So let's try to look at their website, right? Uh, this is just a showcase. If you see here, they have some supporters, right? See, so they are supported by the big guys, right? In terms of hosting, right? JavaScript applications, right? Or web applications. If you see here, that the big thing is Netlify supports them. Vercel also supports them, right? So I'm not sure if they even have contribution to this. I think for sure, right? Some of their developers are contributing. Did Vercel buy Astro? I don't know. Let's Google. Oh, okay. So they now support the deployment, but there's no news that they hired some Astro developer, right? So if you look right, the popular guys, right, are here. Okay, you Pladev, thank you for the follow, guys. Sure, sure, sure. No problem. I really appreciate, even if it's like 2, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, right? It really matters. Uh, it really helps me, right? Continue what I'm doing. I appreciate the follow, guys. Take care, take care. Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's it, guys. So far, my experience is really good. Let's see some integrations, right? They talk about integrations. So they support. Wow, they have sitemaps also. See, so which is built. Is it built in? Yeah. So they have robots text SEO, right? There's a lot of integration, internationalization. I think this one is an Next.js thing. And you can also build your own integrations, right? So in terms of building on top of it, right? It's the framework is pretty ready to be that. There's also some themes, right, that they have, right? So wow. So if you want a website, right? Oh, they even have support for like deploy to Netlify. So you click this and it's gonna deploy your example there. So let's say take a look at our blogs. I think I'm gonna move my blog here, right? I'm really excited. I would upgrade. I was thinking of Next.js, but I think this is the next big thing, right? It's so easy to use. See, if you, for example, this, right? It's a nice template. What? See, and I like the syntax highlighting. It's not really very nice in this template. Let's take a look at the other templates that we could use. This one also looks nice. Very simple. No, this is like interesting themes for blogs. This one is simple. I like it. Very straightforward. But he changed it to dark. I don't want that. Oh, they have light though. Wow. So, but it doesn't show the syntax highlighting, which I need for my blog. Right, so this is the example that we saw earlier. Creating a blog. This one. This one is nice. So nice. Handwriting. The font is really nice. It's very cute. This one, let's try this. I think it's very simple. I like this actually, this one. This creek one. This one is nice also, see? If you have a portfolio, right? Wow, this one I like. Do they have a... But the problem is, right, it doesn't support the light theme. Also, it doesn't show the... Oh, syntax highlighting is like this. Good enough, right? But I wish it has like a light theme, right? Because I still find it easier to read white on black. Black on white, not white on black. Right? If you see my website, right, it's like kind of like paper, right? You don't really write white ink on black paper, right? You write using black ink on white paper, right? So yeah, you can visit my blog. This is just my recent post. I'll probably stream more than blog. I'll probably create a Astro blog post based on this, my experience. It's really delightful experience for me trying this new framework out. Blog. So yeah, so it's production ready, guys. Astro 1.0. Oh, this is an interesting feature I saw earlier, right? This image optimization. So apparently it uses this sharp module, right, which optimizes your image, which is very important for a website, right? If your images are slow, I mean big, right, and slow to load, then it will really affect the user's experience accessing a website. So you should try this out, guys. You should try this out. I think it's really worth a try. Like you spend like, we only spent around 40 minutes starting, like even reading the documentation. I think running the example is not even like 20 minutes, right? We spend 20 minutes on running it, and it's very straightforward. I could show you guys again, right? This is what we actually built. We ran the example earlier. I also run this locally in our VS Code. So here, right? So this is the output of this code, right? Is here. Localhost. Here. So we run this blog. This is the code for that blog. So the starting point for the Astro application is this. So the index does Astro. Then all the components, right, are saved in the components directory here. I think the example that they gave is simpler. Let's take a look at that. Here, right, where is it? I think I lost it. Oh, here. So if you take a look at their example, right? So you start with the index Astro, wherein you have, so to import a component, right, which is here in the components, right, you just do this. I think this one is a syntax thing, right? So this differentiates this to this markup, right, which is similar to HTML. Kind of like feels like svelte, actually, if you look at the svelte syntax. So imagine this is when I saw this code, right, this is how you just take the data from an API, right? You don't even need to code like a function or something. This is it. So, right, you get the response. Then you just get the JSON from the response, right? Then you use it inside the app. In here. Inside your markup. So we created a new card layout here, which is this guy. We just added a subtitle. So initially there's no title, right? There's no subtitle. We added this new component here. Then we added it here in this layout, which is, this is our new component, this guy. So it's so easy to create a component, right? So you can just create a component here. Let's say, maybe we try it again, right? So new card, say, let's call it X card. Not very creative. And just copy this thing, right? Then if you probably, okay, for example, our card, I just want to show the, let's say, a title, for example, right? I don't even need a link, right? So you just want to show this guy, right? I want this to be bigger, right? Like H1. So then let's just keep the design for simplicity. So we probably don't need the others here, right? So this props is actually the one that is being passed to the other page, the main one, right? If you're gonna use it there. Then to add this component, this next card, right? I just import it here, right? Next card. Then you just, if you want to remove this other stuff, right? So I just want my next card, for example. I think you can just comment this for now. I want my next card, right? Because you want to like clean up the. So you might want to remove all of this, right? This one is the binding to the. This is the data that you bind to the title component, right? A title field of that component, right? So href 9. Here, because it's not there anymore, so you cannot use it. So there. So this is our next card component where we just use the, let's make it smaller, right? There. So that's how easy it is to to add a component in Astro, right? So yeah, if you want to get data from an API and use it, right, it's like this only. Then add it here as an audio control, because this one is an MPEG file. Their example is not correct actually, right? In the Astro website. Here. So take note that this doesn't work, right? Because the data of this guy, right? If I show you in the JSON editor earlier, right? So this the data of this guy, right? It's like this. It thinks that it's returning an array, right? So you cannot just do a, data.audio, right? You need to actually get the first element of this array and get the audio field of that object, right? So this object, right? So to visualize like this, right? So you need to get this element, which is 0, then do a dot audio. So we changed that in our example here. So just take note of that, right? Their website is not correct. So you have to get it from the element, the first element of that index, a first element of that array. Sorry. Yeah, that's it, guys. I'm gonna play some music so we can chill a bit, right? So I'm gonna end the stream around 5 o'clock, right? Any questions, guys, about Astro? I'm not an expert, but I went through the examples, so probably I can try to help you look for an answer. So I just want to shout out Upla Dev, Slyas Loth, and Coding Orange for dropping by. I really appreciate you dropping by the stream. We're gonna do some interesting stuff with this Astro. Maybe we could try to build our website. I'm thinking I can register Donbito codes. .tv or .com, I don't know. I'm thinking .tv, but it's more expensive. Maybe .com makes more sense. Because sometimes I can also do blogs, which is not also about, it's not a TV show, right? So you can compile everything there. So maybe let's look for a video about Astro. So, so we don't get bored, right? Astro build. Gonna watch this also, right? So let's try to play a video wherein. Oh, this one is one of my favorites. Coding Orange mentioned this to me. Farship, this one. Should watch all his videos. You subscribe to him. He explains concepts really in a very short video. Let's see. Let's watch this video, guys.
For just $67, you can make as many videos.
Do you hear the sound? Sorry for sneezing, guys.
You have multiple strategies at your disposal to render and hydrate it client-side. Any component in your UI with the client load directed will be rendered with JavaScript on the initial page load like normal. But if the component is not a high priority, you can wait until the browser is idle before rendering it. Or if it's a component that's further down the page, you can hold off.
Oh, so there's feature that you can actually, load the component later, right? You can choose also.
Think of it as an archipelago where your water is the static HTML and islands are self-contained components that add interactivity when needed. The end result is a website that is fast and search engine friendly, but also has the full interactive power of a front-end framework. To build your first project, open an empty directory and run npm init Astro. Inside the project, you'll find the pages directory. The file structure here defines the actual URL structure or routing configuration for your website. Each page is defined as an Astro component, inside of which you can write static HTML, while also declaring components that might be written in React, Vue, or Svelte. At the top of the component, you'll notice triple dashes. This is where you can execute JavaScript on the server at build time. You may want to fetch data from your server or content management system or local markdown files in your source code. And as an added bonus, it supports top-level weight here, making it easier to write clean code. And finally, you can expect all of the essential features found in other static site generators, like RSS feeds, sitemaps, and so on. This has been Astro in 100 seconds, a tool that I like so much that I'm actually using it to rebuild my personal portfolio website. Subscribe to catch a full video on that, and hit the like button if you want to see more short videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
So even Farship is actually thinking of moving his website to Astro. That's cool. Because I'm also thinking of moving my blog to Astro. That's cool. You follow this guy, Farship. He really has nice videos. Okay. I think we're almost done, guys. I just want to invite you guys next week, Tuesday, to where's that? I'm just gonna show our on Tuesday. I'm gonna speak to a Filipino developer. His name is Mark Lester Tan. We're gonna talk about his story as a developer and talk about how do you prepare for a big tech company interview. He's working with Facebook right now, Meta, formerly Facebook, as a software developer, software engineer in the US. So he was my friend here in Singapore, and he moved to the US a couple of years ago. He worked in SAP also before. He also started, from being a novice developer to now you can probably say like a very experienced developer now in Meta. So guys, that joining these big companies are not easy. So he's gonna share some tips on how to prepare for the technical interviews with these companies like Google, like Netflix, Apple, or what else? They call it FANG, right? So Facebook, Apple, Netflix, Google. What's the other A? Amazon. Yeah, Amazon. So we're gonna talk about that. It's not really like he will not talk about like in detail, right? What are the questions asked, but he will talk about how you can prepare. Like, for example, which tools did he use to prepare for the exam? Because there are like coding exams and whiteboarding interviews that you need to prepare for when applying for these companies, right? So he's gonna share that on Tuesday. So this one is Philippine time, so it's GMT +8, UTC +8, right? So the time zone of the Philippines and Singapore, right? I think it's in the US. He said it's around 6:30 a.m. in California, where he is actually based. So it'd be very early for him, but he's gonna accommodate for everyone, because I told him it would be good that other developers or aspiring developers who want to work with these big companies, right, learn from you, right? At least your experience. Then we're also gonna do some, later on after this talk, let's do some tech talks, right? I'm gonna host tech talks here in Twitch, wherein we let other developers present their knowledge, right? Because I heard that meetups are not very popular now, so The nice thing about this is you just tune in and, there's not even a requirement to register. It's like watching a TV show, right? You just tune in, and if you like the topic, then you watch, right? But I'm gonna share some. I'm still figuring out how to share. How to curate the community. For example, I have an update. Like for example, I'm not able to stream, or I have an upcoming stream. I could update the community as well. So I'm thinking about creating a Reddit channel, subreddit for Don Vito codes. I also have a uh, Facebook page for this, which is also Don Vito codes. fb.com/Don Vito codes. You can follow it for updates as well. But I'm thinking of Meetup, but it's a bit expensive. It's around $35 per month. I'm not sure if it's worth it. Yeah. Because Twitch doesn't have this community, right? You cannot really send messages to your followers, right? So it's just, I think it's a missing part here in Twitch. But you understand that Twitch is a streaming platform, so probably they don't want to get into that, uh, managing the communities for the followers. You can also follow my Discord here. If you have Discord, right? The Discord link is here. You can do a replay if you missed the link. Or follow me here in Twitch. That's the best way to actually get notified if I go live, right? All right. I think that's it for our stream, guys. It was just a short stream, so because we wanted to check out Astro, right? And we're very happy that we tried it today. Very nice experience. I'm gonna upload the replay in YouTube. You can also follow the replay here in Twitch. It's gonna be there for I think a week, right? But if you miss out following it, you could actually go to my YouTube channel, which is very easy to remember. The same name, right? Don Vito Codes. I'm gonna upload this stream there, so you can check out what we discussed here. I showed an example how to run it, right? And yeah, feel free to subscribe. Yeah, maybe I subscribe to myself. All right, guys. I'm gonna play like a bit of music while closing. So yeah, I'll see you again soon. Yeah, bye bye. Cheers, guys. Bye. See you guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again soon. I'll see you on Tuesday. Follow my stream so you get notified. Cheers, guys. Bye.